Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500 and welcome back to Project Christian. Today is MOT day. Let's go. Okay, so it's MOT day. It's about 9:30, 9:45 at the moment. MOT is at 11:30, so I've still got a couple of bits and pieces to do on this car. I did notice that if you remember in the last video, or the one before, where I was doing the bumper, the bulb, one of the old bulbs was still in one of the DRLs. I actually noticed a couple of days ago that the other light has also got a bulb in the DRL, so I've got to get that out as well. Not that it would fail its MOT, at least I don't think it would fail its MOT because of that. I've read all your comments. There is one more video to come that you will see about the tracking, but based on what you've seen already, where I'm suggesting it's the tracking, when you see this video you'll realise that the tracking has actually been done, and it seems to be okay. However, based on your comments, I am going to change that bottom arm anyway. So I'm not 100% sure that it's bent. Someone did comment. I've questioned in the past as to aren't they made of cast iron, so they would snap rather than bend, and I have had ones that have snapped in the past. Someone has commented and said they are cast steel, not cast iron. What difference that makes, I have no idea, but they said based on that, yes, they can bend. And I believe Mark at Resurrect also had one that wasn't visibly bent, but he changed it and it put it right. So I am going to do it. I haven't got time to do that before the MOT, so I'm going to see what happens with the MOT. It drives straight. If you take your hands off the steering wheel, it doesn't wander. The steering wheel is now straight where the tracking's been done, and it brakes fine. It's fine. It's absolutely 100% fine. So it's going to go for the MOT, see what happens. If it passes, it may fail on something else, we don't know. So, you know, if it failed on something else that the bumper's got to come off to do anyway, then there's no point me even attempting to do that now. Even if I did have the time, I might as well, as it drives fine, I might as well get it in for an MOT today. As I say, it's only like an hour and a half to the MOT, or something along those lines. 2 hours maybe. So yeah, I haven't got time to do the other things I've got to do and that as well. So I am going to change it. I've got one anyway, which I did confirm is the correct side. So I'm going to do that anyway, but when I get it back, so I'll either do that today or tomorrow. But I've got to get some oil in it. Again, I haven't got time to service it now. I haven't had time since the last video to do any more on the car at all. It's just been stuck outside. So I'll be hopefully servicing it this afternoon, but I'm just going to stick some oil in it now just to drive it, and then we'll drain that down and change that later on. And we'll check the air filter, see what that looks like. We'll do that first actually, because then that will decide whether we're going to bother doing a service on it or not. It may not need one. I haven't tracked down the service history yet, so I don't know when it was last serviced. I just haven't had any time whatsoever this week to do that. We haven't been to the animal charity yet. I'm hoping to go there tomorrow, but we'll see. Weather's a bit grotty today. It's been beautiful the last couple of days, but it's a bit overcrowded, a bit clouded over today. I'm getting an arm ache holding this phone. So yeah. So we're going to do what we need to do, bits and pieces. Just got to get some more bolts on the bumper to get it for the down to the MOT station as well. I'm going to jack up on that passenger side, driver's side, and just get the old wire brush and the drill on that side as well, like I did on the passenger side, because they are a bit on the grotty side. So we'll do that. We'll get it up in here. We'll do that, and I'm hoping this is going to be the last video on the car, because if it passes its MOT, we'll do that bottom arm. I've got to do the cutting back on this bit of bumper as well, the polishing on that, on the rear bumper, and then hopefully once it's serviced, it'll be ready to go. If it needs a service, it'll be ready to go, and we'll give it its final clean up, and then I can send a text to the lady, or one of the ladies, the one who's got first refusal, who wants it, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, by the weekend it should be sold. It's Thursday today, so hopefully by the weekend it will be sold, but we'll see. So we'll be back. We'll do a little bit of this on time lapse, and then we'll be back afterwards if there's anything to report back before the MOT, and then obviously once we get back from the MOT, we'll let you know how it went. See you shortly. Well, that was a bit of a nightmare. As you probably saw, I switched off the time lapse in the end because it was just taking too long, but I'd take the bumper off entirely. To get that, I couldn't get that bulb out because it was wedged where the plastic inside the light meets the glass on the outside. There's a tiny little gap that goes all the way around, and the end of the bulb, the bit that goes into the contacts, was wedged in there, and I couldn't get it out. So I had to take the light out. So I'd take the old bumper off, took the light out, and then I had to bang it on the wall to get it out, and eventually it came free and just dropped out. Put it all back, put the light back on. That is the light that is held on by one of the cable ties as well, which was even more of a pain because I had to keep cutting the cable tie and then putting a new one in. So I put it all back, plugged it in, and it didn't work. So I thought, oh, dodgy bulb. So as I went to get the bulb out, the bulb holder came off again and the bulb fell in there again. So I swore a few times. Luckily it was on, I'm not even sure it was on time lapse actually. Swore a few times, take it off again and do it again, and now it's working. I closed the pins up a little bit on the actual plug itself to grip hold of the bulb a little bit better. So I've put some oil in it, just enough to get me to the MOT, well, you know, just enough to be able to drive it safely without doing damage to the engine. And as I say, we'll have a look at the service history, and we'll have a look at the air filter. That'll give us a good indication. If it needs a service, I'll give it a service. If it doesn't need it, I'm not going to bother. There's no point if it doesn't need it. But we'll have a look. Also need to track down that service history as well to see when, obviously to sell it, I need to do that. What else to do? I cleaned the windscreen wipers after coming off a bit worse for 30 quid because one windscreen wiper was slightly damaged. When I took it to the new garage that I found that I'm not using anymore, I checked them and cleaned them, filled up the washer bottle, which did have fluid in, but I just topped it up. So they're all working, it's all clearing the windscreen properly. What else have we done? That's about it, I think. Obviously we cleaned up as you saw on time lapse, cleaned up the brakes and everything, and I took some measurements down there. Took 2 measurements, and then when we come back, pass or fail, we'll go the other side, take that wheel off the other side, and measure that, see what the difference is, just out of interest. Yeah, so that's it to prepare it for the MOT. And as I say, when we get it back, we'll get that other passenger side wheel off and have a look again under there and have another measure. And I think we'll probably just swap that arm out anyway. As I say, you never know, it may fail the MOT on something, but only time will tell. So it's about 11:15 now, so I need to get myself down to the MOT place shortly. Get there 10 minutes early or so, do a bit of shopping in town, and then come back an hour later, and hopefully all will be good. So we'll see you within a few seconds with the result of the MOT. See you soon. See you very shortly. Back from the MOT centre, guys, and it's passed. Excellent. The only advisory is the rear coil springs. I did look at them before we took it, you know, it's just part of the normal checks that I do, and they looked all right to me. I will double check them again just to make sure that they are okay, but as far as I was concerned, usual amount of corrosion on them, but are perfectly fine. So I will have a look. If they are too far gone, then obviously I'll change them. But yeah, that's good news. Very good news. The sound might sound a little bit different at the moment because my wireless microphone is packed up. I'm not sure whether the battery's run out or whether it's broken, but the microphone itself is not switching on, so it's on charge at the moment, so hopefully it will start working again. So at the moment I'm just using the internal mic of the phone. So yeah, past the MOT, which is very, very good news. We're going to get this wheel off first of all. I'm going to move the car over a little bit so I've got a bit more room because the neighbour's car's here today. Gonna get that wheel off. I need to clean the wheel and tidy it up as well, so that's another reason for taking it off. So I'm going to move the car over, get this one off first, have another look, do some more measurements, and then possibly change that arm. I can't decide whether to do it or not. I suppose as I've got one I might as well, but yeah, I'm going to do the measurements again and have a look. You know, as you've seen in the last video, I know some of you said that the tracking won't do it, but the tracking has appeared to do it, because it's okay. Well, as far as I was concerned when I measured it before, that was from the middle hub and the nut there, and I know some of you said do it from a different place, do it from the ball joint, which is I've done this morning. I've measured from the ball joint to do 2 different positions on the other side, so I'm just going to compare them. Only thing is, of course, the car was up in the air, so I'm not sure whether that's going to be an accurate measurement or not, but we'll have a look. And someone else did suggest getting the new one out and making a cardboard template of it and then laying it over as much as you can, the one that's on the car, and having a look, because if it is out, it's very, very minute. But we'll have a look at it and I'll decide whether I'm going to do it or not. And then what else have we got to do? Service it again. I haven't checked the service history yet. I'll probably do that this afternoon. I'm going to have the first thing I'm going to do is have a look at the air filter, see what state that's in. If that's dirty, then I'll just service it. If it's not, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the service history before I service it, because there's no point spending money on servicing if you don't need it. And the only other thing I've got to do is polish this up. As you know, we painted that on a couple of videos ago, and it just needs a flat and polish a little bit, and then that'll be finished. Again, have a look at those springs underneath. One thing I need to do is change the steering wheel as well. That's got to be changed, and some of the fins on that air vent are broken or just come off. So unfortunately, it means taking the stereo out, taking the panel off, the grey panel off, taking the stereo out, or at least pulling the stereo out a little bit. It doesn't have to come right out, and then taking that thing off and repairing it or replacing it. So a very strange thing happened this morning. We went shopping using the car. As you can see, the wheels are straight. Look at the steering wheel. How the hell? I know the steering wheel was quite difficult to get on for some reason, and I don't understand how it's gone on like that sideways. It's gone on at literally exactly 90 degrees, which is very odd. I know I've had before where I've put the bottom cowling back on, put the steering wheel on, put the airbag on, then realised I hadn't done the bolt up. I did that again yesterday. I've done that so many times. So I had to take it all off again, and I think because the steering wheel was loose, flapping around, when I took the airbag off again, it sort of came off, and I think the clock spring must have gone round a little bit. So I don't know. I thought the wheels were straight when I put it back on, but I made sure I came down in a straight line, and it's definitely straight. So it's literally at 90 degrees. So I've got to do this all again now. This is the 3rd time I've done this steering wheel now in 2 days. Oh my God, right, let's do it. Right, so basically everything that I said in the videos, bits of video that you just saw about that wheel, forget it. I'm not happy with it. So, okay, so I thought that they were equal now. And I've done some measurements, and the measurements, as I said, when I was under the car, when it up on ramps, all the measurements I took are correct, are the same, both sides. So I took that as being, it's fine. But then what I've discovered is, what I think is, it's because it's not the bottom arm. All the measurements I was taking was from the bottom arm, but it's not the bottom arm is the problem, I think. So if we go back round to this side, the gap is definitely smaller still. It is definitely smaller. So I've got a wall in the way here, I can't get in there properly. Now, it's past its MOT, it's had the tracking done. We know the tracking's fine. it's passed its MOT absolutely fine. But what I reckon it is, I can't show you one because I haven't got one to show you. I reckon where the strut bolts, or sorry, where the hub bolts to the strut, I reckon that has taken a knock. Doesn't look it, but I reckon it's that's bent, not the bottom arm. So I've ordered one. I've ordered one today. Shock absorber, well, the strut shock absorber is all in one, isn't it? And with a fitted spring, with a fitted top mount. So I'm going to, I've ordered it, and I'm going to change that. There is a possibility it's the hub, of course. I don't think it is. I think it's where the hub bolts to the strut. Yeah, I wasn't happy. It's fine. The car, as I've said many times before, as I say, it's MOT'd, it's been tracked, it drives fine, it stops fine, it goes fine, it looks fine, except for that gap that's different. I'm not happy with that. I'm not selling this car. The car, as far as I was concerned, is finished, ready to go. But I'm not happy. And unless I'm happy, it ain't going anywhere. So, as I say, I've ordered one today. It's Saturday today. I've ordered a strut. That'll probably come Tuesday. So by the end of next week, I'll get it on. I'll change it, and then fingers crossed that does it. If I do it and it's still like it, then I'll get a hub as well, and I'll change the hub. I'm not gonna sell this car until I'm 100% satisfied that it's right. And at the moment, it's not right. I thought it was, but it's not. Tracking is fine, but it's not right. It's a very small amount. But when you look at that one, the sort of more or less the gap there is about the same as the gap at the front, more or less. Slightly less at the back, but more or less the same. And when you look at this side, let me get down there again, you can see it's a lot bigger at the front than it is at the back. So, as you all quite rightly said, the tracking's not going to move it backwards and forwards, it's going to move it from out side to side, but I assumed that it had done it for whatever reason. But it's funny that no one's picked it up. Well, no, it's not funny, I suppose. If it is bent and you can't even see that it's bent, it wouldn't even get picked up on an MOT unless you actually studied the gap. You wouldn't even think of it, you wouldn't think anything of it. So as I say, it's got to be done right. It has got to be done right. So unfortunately, the two ladies that are going that want this car are going to have to wait. So yeah. So hopefully by next weekend, I say it's all MOT'd, so hopefully by next weekend I'll get that done. That'll be right, and then we can get it up for sale, or tell her that it's ready. That'll be good. So I just wanted to add this onto this video to let you know, and we'll probably put that on a different video as well, because there are a couple of other bits I would like to have done as well. Actually, I think it's only the one thing, not two things. It's that I forgot to fix that. It's just come off, so I might. I'll see if I can get the stereo out without taking this out. Sometimes it's easier to get the stereo out without tape if you take the coloured panel off, because you can get your fingers once you push the prongs in. You can get your fingers behind it and pull it out. Sometimes they just come out using the prongs. Obviously, to take that off, you've got to take that off. I know it's only minor, but I don't necessarily want to take stuff off if I don't need to. So yeah, we'll have a go at that. We'll take that out. Hopefully it's just come off the runners or something, and it can just be pushed back on. Failing that, I think I've got one. So I might have a go at that tomorrow. But I'll probably put that as part of this video, but the strut will come on another video. And that'll be uploaded for Wednesday, I guess. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know where we are, really, because earlier on in this video I was saying that's it, all done. There's all speckles over this. It's where I did the bumper. Yeah, I thought it was all done. Actually, having another week as well gives me time to get another key cut. I have contacted the locksmith today, but he hasn't come back to me, so I'm not even sure that he's still in business. So I may have to try somebody else. I did the last time I think, I don't know if he had COVID or someone had COVID and he was self-isolating, and I actually found another bloke who was more local, who wanted more money. I said, look, I'll get it done for 160, and he said, oh, I'll do it for 160. So if I can find his contact details, I'll get him to do it. But yeah, that. I was going to offer the car without the remote key and just give him £160 off, but I may as well get it done. So that gives me another week to get that done, which is good. Anyway, that's it for now. We'll be back a bit later when we do that vent. So I've actually just found the locksmith's card. So I think this was the second one I used that did it for me for 160, which matched the price of the other fella. So I might drop him a text. Yeah, it's always good to keep these cards. I've got a couple of cards up here. I haven't got a Love 500. I haven't got a Club 500 up there. I've got my old one up there with my original business card that I did. One of the recovery firms, and RL Autos, who's a good lad in Essex. That I used to get a lot of parts from him. I don't so much these days, but not for any reason. It's easier if I go and get them, and I just haven't needed to get that sort of bigger stuff really from him recently. But yeah, he's a good lad. He's on eBay, RLR Autos. Lee, his name. I'm sure a lot of you have probably used him. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to contact him, see if I can get the keys sorted out. I don't care if I show you the registration number now, because the car's going. I'm still gutted that it's going, but never mind, it is. Anyway, that's a different story. Right, I've received the leg through the post today. Not that one, that one. So that is the leg, the new leg for the passenger side. So that'll be in the next video. Before I sign off on this video, I just wanted to go through the paint with you. Because someone, oh, excuse me, that's my foot against the cardboard box, not something else. I'm just going to find the paint and we'll come straight back. Right, so this is the paint that I've been using recently. So WLW Auto Paints. This is the grey one, the 735A. Bought on eBay. Can't remember how much it was now. 12 quid, something like that. I can't remember now. And this is the Pro XL. I think I've shown you this before. This is the 200ml can, which is there's more than half a can left in there. I've probably gone to waste now. It's been in the fridge, but you're meant to use it within 24 hours. So I'm going to try it on a waste bit of material, on an old wing or something, and see what it comes out like. But being 2K, it's going to be no good, I don't suppose. But that's the paints. So as I say, they're on eBay. Some of the other ones I've used in the past. I've got plenty here. Paints for You are a good one. They seem to be quite good. I think most of my paints are Paints for You, actually. Oh, there's another WLW one there. Oh, there's actually a few of WLWs. Lacquer. I got that lacquer at the same time as I bought that paint. Interestingly enough, that lacquer's not very good, but the paint is very good. So it's only an ordinary. Is it a 1K lacquer? I'm not quite sure. But it's not 2K. Is there something else apart from 1K and 2K? I don't know. I'm not a painter. Who knows? This is good stuff. This paint here, if you've got a Fiat 500 Sport, i.e. one of the not the new shape ones, but the one with the different bumpers and the nice seats and the nice steering wheel and so on and so forth. So sort of 2012 upwards, and you've got those gunmetal wheels. This is the paint. This is the paint that is the exact match. I had some really badly chipped ones, and I got onto this fella. This bloke Nick's Automotive Paint Supplies. There's his phone number there. I think he used to work for one of the big companies, and he left and started up on his own, calling it Nick's Automotive Paint Supplies Limited. It was recommended to me by somebody, and because I had those wheels and they were really badly scratched up, so I contacted him and sent him a picture of the wheels and said, these are the wheels, have you got any idea, can you match it? And they came back with that. But again, this is a 2K paint, I think, but I've used it more than once. 2K lead free base coat, yeah, I've used this a few times and it's fine and it works fine. So this thing about using 2K within 24 hours, I don't know, I've had it quite a long time. You can see their revision date 2nd of the 7th 2014. I don't think it was that long ago that maybe that was the date I got it, when it was 2019. But you know, this is at least 2 years old. It's older than that. It's older than that. I can't remember when I bought it, but it was before 2019. But this OEM code there, if you can read it, description Ecoreflex Sportex, absolutely spot on match to that gunmetal. So that's a good tip there. Alloy wheel paint, silver alloy wheel paint. I find this one's quite a good match to the Fiat 500 alloys. Very, very, even if you touch it up, as long as you know you're removing the damage a little bit, you can't really see the join. No lacquer involved either. Just you know, when you're touching up, spray a bit into the lid, and use that. Use a brush or a cotton bud type thing. That's about it paint wise. I mean, I've got quite a few paints there in the various colours that I use. All normal, cheap and nasty paint. But I'll say from now on, I will be using this Pro XL. I'm going to get there is a car that I'm contemplating buying on eBay. I won't tell you too much about it because one of you might buy it out from under me. But I'm contemplating buying it, and it's a funny colour, so it would have to be painted by myself probably, or body shop. But I thought I might have a go myself, and if I do, I'll get a big tin of that. I think you can get 400ml tins as well as the normal sort of whatever normal tins. What are these? Don't know. 400 is it? I'm not sure. Maybe that's a 400, yeah. But yeah, that's the paint. W Del Auto. That was seems to be a really good colour match. Bianco whites. I've had trouble in the past for that paints for you, but now I know that these are a good match on that grey. I'll try and get those ones each time I have to buy a new can of paint, because they are certainly good. Anyway, I was asked about the paint, so I just thought I would let you know. So yeah, that's it for the paint. So you may have discovered that my sound has changed. I've got yet another microphone. My microphone packed up. It ran out. I'm not sure. I did drop it on the floor. I don't think that broke it, but it ran out of charge because I had it just in a drawer in the garage here, and it ran out of charge and it wouldn't connect. So I put it on charge, charged it up, and then it still wouldn't connect. And I remember when I first got it, and the reviews on Amazon were something wrong with it. Can't get it to pair with the phone. Doesn't use Bluetooth. You've got the receiver, and you've got obviously the microphone bit that you wear. And it's been really, really good. Although the sound was just a little bit quiet, I always have to knock it up to like 400% when I'm in like post-production in iMovie. If I just use the phone, although the sound is obviously not as good because the phone's further away, it's louder than that microphone was. Now I bought this one. I nearly sent this one back because I had trouble switching it on. It wouldn't switch on. Now I've managed to get it to switch on. You have to use an app. It comes with an app, or you download the app, which I'm using now. But it actually shows the levels as you're talking. You can see the levels going up and down. It's even got a teleprompt on it. You can adjust all sorts of things, including the volume, or the gain, as they call it. This is the first time I've used it, so I'm hoping it's going to be good. Let me just show you it. It's tucked onto my shirt here. It's a funny little thing. It's not really, doesn't even look like a microphone really. It comes with a little wind shield should you be using it outside. But yeah, it's a strange looking contraption, but as I can see the levels going up, it seems to be it's quite good. So that's it. I think that's all I wanted to say to you. So you've seen the grey car. There'll be more grey car coming because that leg's going to get done on Friday. Today is Wednesday. I'm at work again tomorrow, but Friday I'm off, so hopefully I'll be getting it done on Friday. Weather permitting. It's been pouring with rain today, so hopefully it won't be on Friday. Otherwise I'll have to hook an umbrella up or something and do it underneath that. Anyway, garage door's closed, as you can see, because I've been working today and I haven't been doing any car stuff, even though it was raining anyway. But so that's it for this video. It's only a relatively short video, this one. I don't think there's a massive amount on it from memory. Oh, let me show you one more thing. Yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. I've got some mugs and a mug press. One of our viewers, one of our subscribers, contacted me a few months ago now. And he lives, I forgot where he lives now, up north somewhere, quite a long way up north. And he used to produce mugs, and he said he doesn't use it anymore. He was going to give me a t-shirt press as well, but he said he tried to lift the thing and it was so heavy he couldn't actually lift it. So I didn't actually know where I was going to put it, to be honest, but you know what my garage is like. But I found a little space for those. So I've got 2 boxes of mugs. They're smaller mugs, they're the normal size mugs. plus that. So I need to get a mug printer. I used to do this, so I know how to do it. But I sold all my stuff a few years ago, so I've got to find a printer. I know what printer I want because I've got the same printer, but you use different ink. You use sublimation ink rather than ordinary ink. So I just wanted to thank him for that. I won't name him because I don't want to embarrass him or what have you. But if he wants to speak up on the channel and wave his hat above and say, yeah, it was me, then please feel free. But yeah, it was really nice of him to give me those. Didn't want any money. I tried to give him some money, even for his travel. He went to a car show down in London somewhere. I can't remember where it was. Blenheim Palace, I think it was. And he spent an hour and a half driving to me to give me these. And he wouldn't take any money. So it was really good of him. So when I get a printer sorted out, we'll start doing some mugs. So hopefully I can find one soon. I don't think the printer I want, I don't think they actually make them new anymore, so I'm trying to find a second-hand one. If failing that, I'll have to get something else. But yeah, coming in the not too distant future will be Love 500 mugs. And at some point in the not too distant future, hopefully, especially when we get some room in here, we can do t-shirts as well. So that'd be good. I'd rather do them myself because I know other people use one of these online things that you can put on YouTube. And when you click on some of these links, they're really expensive, really expensive. But I will do my mugs really cheap. As I say, I used to do mugs once before. I had a website selling printed mugs, and what did I sell them for? $6.99, I think it was, plus postage. They used to be delivered in like a big polystyrene thing that protected it. So I think it was a couple of good. So it was less than 10 quid for a good quality mug, anyway. And I know if you go on some of these YouTube channels, a mug will cost you 20 quid or something ridiculous. You know, as long as I'm covering my costs, I'm happy to sell them for that. And obviously there'll be a couple of freebies going out. And I'll probably be giving a lot of mugs away, to be honest with you. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And we will have a little website, as I used to have a website selling mugs. I'll stick a little website out there where you can order them as well. And who knows, maybe other things as well. We'll see how the channel goes. But yeah, that's the mug press and the mugs, and hopefully there'll be more to come very, very soon. Watch this space. Okay, so that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you found it, as usual, informative. Hope you've enjoyed this. There will only be one more video now of this one. Well, I said that before, didn't I? But we didn't anticipate changing this leg. So yeah, but there will only be one more video for this now, because it should be finished come Friday. And then hopefully it will go at the weekend. I know the person who was going to come and see it last weekend, I said, look, I'm going to do this. I said needs a new shock absorber. I said, you can come and look at it for, it's drivable. You can come and look if you want. And she said, no, we'll wait till it's done. So she's fair enough. So hopefully I'll get it done Friday. And then she can come and have a look at it Saturday. And with a bit of luck, by the end of the weekend, it'll be gone. We are looking for a new project now at the moment. Bid on something yesterday, which I won. But it's on a reserve, so I bid £1,350. I was doing it in the street. I actually went out to get some lunch at work, and the auction was coming up, and I was walking down the street bidding on my phone at the time, and I won it. And I didn't even realise till later on that day that I'd won it for 1,350 quid. But it was on minimum bid or reserve or whatever it was, and they've counter bid at £2,000. No, Copart, no. If you ever get those, don't counter bid. Stick to your guns. They probably say no. They've got 48 hours to say yay or nay. They'll probably say nay, but if they do, it will go back on there, and I'll do the same again. Eventually I might get it, who knows, even if I pay a little bit more for it. But stick to your guns. I'll stick to 1,300 quid. I'll let you know in the next video whether I actually got it or not. Unlikely, but you never know. But it's a convertible as well, which will be nice, even though it's approaching winter now, but even so, still be nice to get. So yeah, that's it. So again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you on the next video.